Welcome to Stunk Insights, your one-stop shop for stock and crypto analysis and discovery. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Ethereum Classic. We're going to be looking at a couple articles regarding Ethereum Classic. We're also going to be looking at what the gurus on StockTwits have to say about Ethereum Classic. So stick along for the whole ride. If you're new here, consider subscribing, as I do talk about stock. I talk about crypto, talk about Ethereum Classic, I talk about Helium, HNT. So if any of those topics excite you, please stick around and subscribe. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. I do appreciate it, and it does help me out. I don't know anything about that YouTube algorithm, but I do appreciate it as it does help me out. Because we are looking at StockTwits, I do want to say that I am not a financial advisor. No one on StockTwits, unless they state they are a financial advisor, are financial advisors. So take that into consideration. So nothing seen or heard in this video should be considered financial advice. You got to go ahead and do your own due diligence. You got to do your own research when it comes to any stock, any crypto, any equity. If you listen to any YouTuber or any influencer when making an investment decision, you have the high probability to get wrecked. Don't get wrecked. All right, so we're going to first start out by looking at the portfolio here. So we see there were a couple of spikes with Ethereum Classic, as we see that it touched 73.21 at around 10ish, and right before 1 o'clock it hit 73.20 here. So right now is at 72.70. Okay, so we look at the portfolio, we see how much we're up 53%, $414. Today's return, we're up over 6%, so $72. So we are happy about that. But again, we do want to see this hit $80. So we look here, first I want to say thank you guys for coming along for the ride. We got 307 subscribers here, so we are steady growing, and I am so excited about that. And we look down here at one of my last videos, not the last video, it's 2 weeks ago, but I talked about how technical analysis was asking for $80. Okay, so all the technical analysis, looking at the charts, $80 was in the future, and we haven't hit that yet. Okay, so we're still on the road to hit $80 and surpass that resistance level. Okay, so since we're talking about technical analysis, let's just go over this article real quick with benzinga.com. So Ethereum Classic daily chart analysis. Ethereum Classic looks to be forming a cup pattern, which is the orange, inside a sideways channel. The price level has almost reached resistance and has been getting pinched between support and resistance. Okay, so we look down here, we look at this orange line, we see this cup pattern that they're speaking about. Okay, we look at this resistance line they drew right here. This is drawn perfectly at $80.27, and that's what we need to crush through to start seeing new highs. Okay, but let's just continue on. The $80 level is an area where resistance has been found in the past. This is somewhere Ethereum Classic has struggled to cross above in the past, may again in the future. The higher low trend line has been holding as support, may continue to if the price can stay above it. So we are looking for Ethereum Classic to stay above all these lines, to be honest with you. Okay, so we see this cup line pattern here. We see this green line here, which represents the 50-day moving average. We see this blue line here, but represents the 200-day moving average, and we see Ethereum Classic is above both those lines, and that's what we want. We want Ethereum Classic to stay above those lines. So what we're going to quickly go through real quick is just look at a bullish viewpoint and a bearish viewpoint on Ethereum Classic, and I think it's important to look at both viewpoints. And the reason why I think it's important to look at both viewpoints, because we got to look at the bearish indicators to see if there are buying opportunities. We got to look at the bullish indicators to see how high we can go with what we have right now. So bullish traders want to see Ethereum Classic break above resistance and push higher. Ethereum Classic has run to over $175 in the past, so it isn't impossible for it to do it again. Bulls would like to see some consolidation after a breakout for possible further moves. And being a bull, I agree with this statement. But again, let's just look at the bearish, what bearish traders want. So bearish traders would like to see Ethereum Classic fall below the cup pattern and start to fall further. Bears would like to see the crypto start heading down toward the possible $40 support level. Eventually, bulls would like to see the crypto fall below the $40 level. So I don't know about that. I guess the only scenario where a bull would want to see Ethereum Classic fall below $40 if they were looking to scoop up a lot more. So I guess that is something that I would like to do. You know, if it did fall below $40, I would be scooping up more. So I guess that is a valid argument if you are looking to accumulate. So like again, we're going to be quickly going through this. If you want to see a more detailed breakdown of what happened with the exploit, I would advise you to go look at Savage Profits, his YouTube channel. He goes through this, and I think he does a good job of going through what this exploit means. But I'm just gonna quickly go through this article here. So after Ethereum, it was Ethereum Classic's turn to survive the Geth exploit. Okay, so we continue on. Ethereum Classic has become the latest victim of the Geth exploit, which has also afflicted Ethereum about a week ago. The exploit certainly managed to create trouble for the network. So obviously this exploit, which affected Ethereum and caused it to hard fork and split, the same thing has happened to Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic splits. On September 3rd, the ETC mainnet split due to the exploit, which had previously affected the Ethereum mainnet on August 27th. This was a result of an attacker discovering an exploit on a Go Ethereum client, which impacted the older versions of the client. This led the blockchain to undergo an unplanned hard fork. So as per the data, soon after the split occurred, over 20% of the mainnet's hash rate witnessed a drop. And this is what Savage Profits went into. He went into further detail on the numbers behind that hash rate drop behind Ethereum Classic. Now I know some of you might not be miners, so you don't care about any of that. You just want to know, if you hold Ethereum Classic, what does that mean for you? So what about the investors? Investors were not affected much by this bug, since nodes were updated soon after. For the most part, they did not witness any major negative impact. Active addresses rose to 37.7K. Daily volumes were intact too, jumping to $228 million. So even with this exploit going on, doesn't look like it affected Ethereum Classic in any negative way, which is good for us. All right, so like I said, we're gonna be going over here to StockTwits and just looking what the gurus have to say over here. But then, I do encourage you to come over here to StockTwits if you haven't before. Just a lot of fun things happening over here. So you see this this, I guess, post that I put up at 10:20, so about 4 hours ago. I'm wanting at $80. What I'm saying? I'm looking at the charts and I'm seeing that the charts are screaming $80. To me at least. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't do chart analysis on this channel, but just from what I see, I believe Ethereum Classic should be at $80 or above right now. All right, so we're here. So we see this first post over a minute ago. Let's go. I want $200 by the end of September. Well, I can get down with that. Let's like that. This is a very, I guess, influential post here. So this says that ETC has definitely the power to go to $100 within hours. You just need to hodl together and don't sell your coins for cheap. You'll regret it. Like I did in April last year when it went up to $170. I think it means this year when it did that. It didn't go up to $170 last year, but this makes sense to me. I believe that at any moment, at any time, Ethereum Classic can just jump to $100 in a blink of an eye. We've seen it happen before with other crypto. We've seen it happen before with Ethereum Classic. So these things are baked into Ethereum Classic, and it can happen at any moment in time. Let's go ahead and like that post. Shout out to Cav48051. This is very, very important. This is something that, if you're in Ethereum Classic, you need to be looking at etherplan.com. Okay, so you can get the best information regarding Ethereum Classic that's out there. Okay, but let's just look at this post by Cav. Ethereum Classic is the only proof of work with programmable digital contracts. Limited supply makes this very undervalued. Anybody trying to decide whether to hold this long term, keep in mind that Ethereum upgrade happening in January will be a big catalyst for us. Many Ethereum miners will migrate to Ethereum Classic, driving our hash rate up along with price. Currently number 21 in market cap, yet number 4 in volume. I'm gonna stop right there. I bring it up all the time. Volume, volume, volume. Ethereum Classic, like in the 21 spot, it shouldn't be having the volume that it has, but it does. So that is very, very important. But let's continue on. It gives you a very clear picture of what direction we will be moving in. This is from an Ether plan. Okay, so I wasn't planning on showing this, but this just shows these are not programmable. Okay, so these are proof of work blockchains: Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Monero, Bitcoin, Satoshi Vision. Okay, these are all non-programmable at the layer 1 level proof of work blockchains. Then we show here, these are all the proof of stake, with Ethereum supposedly moving in January being proof of stake. We have Ethereum and all these other proof of stake blockchains. Okay, then we have Ethereum Classic, and in January it will be the only proof of work blockchain with smart contract capabilities out there. There will be none other at the layer 1 level that will be like Ethereum Classic. It will be in this league of its own. That's just something for you to think about. It will be the only one. Ooh, and this hurts. This hurts to see here. So this is the market sale that happened February 22nd. This individual sold their ETC for $14.49. And in their message, they say, "Don't be me. Hold, my friends. Hold. Hodl, hodl, hodl." So that's the video for you guys. Nothing too serious. So what do you guys think? Do you think that we're on the road to $80 in the near future, in the next 24 hours, next 48 hours, the next week? I personally believe it's overdue. It's been overdue. We need $80 soon. But that doesn't mean sell. $80 soon is just a new high for us to consolidate at, and for that to be the new norm. But whatever your viewpoints, leave them in the comments down below. Subscribe, like I said, if you're new here. If you like the video, please hit that like button for me. Not for the algorithm, but do it for your boy. I'll catch you in the next one. I'm out.